good to be right back home in Full Sail University. What's up, everybody? DJ Cash, and of course, I am back to give you my NXT recap exclusively to PWFEmpire.com. Tonight was a bit of a sad NXT in some ways, but also a very good NXT. I mean, we finally got to see the new NXT champion, Drew McIntyre, after defeating Bobby Roode, the former NXT champion who made his SmackDown Live debut a couple of weeks ago. So it's good to be right back home in Full Sail. Of course, we kicked off NXT tonight. Already started out with a huge shocker because we see Sandy's Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane in a car of all places being beat down. And all are they beat down, but security is beaten down, which again, we can all safely say that WWE and NXT security is just completely terrible, but that's around the point. And you didn't see it in the shadow, but I think we all knew it was kind of like, okay, it's the Adam Cole Future Shock with Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish of Red Dragon group. They really need a team name, by the way. And of course, we kicked off with the new NXT champion, one Drew McIntyre, with a bit of a standing ovation from the Full Sail University crowd. I hate the fact when they started the "You Deserve It" chant because it's one of the most overplayed chants in wrestling, and it's just ridiculous. Like, people chant "You Deserve" when Bray Wyatt won the WWE title. Yeah, his character was in the shitter, but that's around the point. So he's talking about how, like, he's going to be a fighting champion. It was a pretty generic Drew McIntyre promo, but that's fine because he knows how to do it because the way his look and his stature just automatically just makes him credible. And Roderick Strong one comes out after Drew McIntyre makes the statement, if you want to fight me, you ask me like a man, and that's what Roderick Strong did. Roderick Strong came out and he said, like, I don't care about what happened to you when you got attacked by Adam Cole and Red Dragon. I don't care about any of that. The only thing I care about is my family and the NXT Championship. So it looks as if we're going to get a Drew McIntyre, Roderick Strong program for a bit. I'm trying not to foresee this too much because you gotta know that the Adam Cole Red Dragon thing's still in the works, so I'm gonna hold my judgment off till there. But as far as an opening segment, I actually thought it was really good stuff. And of course, we found out as we came back to commercial break from NXT that Asuka suffered the collarbone injury following her great match with Ember Moon from NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. And we found out that next week Asuka will return to Full Sail to give us an update. So I'm guessing this is the episode where they're gonna like show Asuka dropping the title, but we'll just have to wait and see. And what was cool to see, we had our first in-ring match of the evening, and it was women's division action. It was Ruby Riott going one-on-one with the other half of the iconic duo in Peyton Royce. And really, to be honest with you, I actually thought this match was very enjoyable for what it was because I noticed something different with what the production team did. Because if you notice really quickly in this match, they dimmed the lights. And I like that because it's putting really more of the focus on women so that you're only seeing them. And that way you don't have to worry about the smarks and the Full Sail crowd like trying to get themselves over when it's all about the women in the match. And like I said, I thought it was very, very good. Peyton Royce and Ruby Riott got split reactions, which actually really shocked me. That just shows you how much a crowd can affect the match. And again, I always say this, I personally think Peyton Royce out of the two is better in the ring than Billie Kay, but Billie Kay's still very good. But there's just something about Peyton Royce where she's just leaps and bounds in terms of having a good match. So good stuff right there. That boot that Billie Kay hit Ruby Riott on the outside, that really was Shades of Kane. Like, good God almighty, that was good. And then, of course, like, nice fisherman suplex into the bridge in the cover, and Peyton Royce gets the win over Ruby Riott. So I'm cool with this continuing because they definitely going to need someone in the women's division right now, considering we don't know what the aspects of the NXT women's style is going to be. So it's a little bit of 50-50 booking, but hey, it's fine right here. And plus, Ruby Riott is enough where she can bounce back from this. Of course, on NXT, up next, we see William Regal, one of the best general managers of all time, getting interviewed, and he's being asked about how he's going to deal with the situation with Cole, Riley, and Fish. And then he's interrupted by one Cassius. Oh no, Cassius Ohno. Of course, we haven't seen Cassius Ohno in like weeks since Hideo Itami took him out. So I'm glad they're not abandoning this story because you kind of knew they had to continue it. He wants a match with Hideo Itami. William Regal grants it to him, but KO wants it to be no disqualification, which I'm completely fine with because add continuity, and plus, here's the thing: we're a good long weeks away from the next takeover special, so you're gonna need to like really wrap up some of the feuds that you were trying to do in the summer, so that way you can move on to bigger and better things. So yeah, I'm fine with the day when KO gets you in a no DQ match. Should be fun. Back on NXT, we had the return of one Heavy Machinery, the team of Tucker Knight and Ozik Dozovic, which it's really good to see Heavy Machinery back. This is the first time that we've seen them since they had their opportunity at the NXT Tag Team titles against the champions at the time, against the Authors of Pain. Again, this is a team like where they threw into the wolves too early. Like, they honestly should not have gotten that NXT Tag Team title opportunity like so quick. I understand they were trying to like make TV important and really test them, but I really do feel like they didn't build Heavy Machinery up enough to the point where I wanted to see them be NXT Tag Team Champions. But yeah, we got to see them in action against two competitors, local jobbers, whatever you want to call them. Pretty much decisive fashion. So what I'm going to say right here is, you guys know this is one of the divisions that I like to put a lot of importance on because I love tag team wrestling. So now we have Sandy, who are the champions. You still have AOP for now. Heavy Machinery, the Street Profits, Red Dragon, TM61, I'm hearing, is supposed to come back. So the NXT Tag Team division really is starting to flourish again, and it might be the best it's been in a while since American Alpha, the Revival, Enzo, Big Cass or so. I'm looking forward to seeing what Heavy Machinery does and in the Tag Team division. Of course, we see the two competitors for our main event, Bobby Roode and Roderick Strong with the split screen. I like that because NXT doesn't do that very often, or wrestling doesn't do that very often in general, because it really puts a lot of emphasis on how important the main event is. And we found out while that was going on that next week is a very stacked show because one Andrade Cien is with Selena Vega at ringside, his new manager, will take on the man who defeated him a couple weeks ago in Cesar Bononi in a rematch. So that should be a little entertaining. I've had my eye on Cesar for a while, and the no disqualification match between Castizono and Hideo Itami will take place next week on NXT. So next week's episode is really going to be a must-see. And let me just say this real quick. Mauro Ranallo being back on that commentary table, if you just got rid of Percy Watson and just kept him and Nigel, would be so refreshing because the way he just lays out everything, it really gets you hyped for wanting to see what's going to come next week on NXT. And of course, we did get Roderick Strong versus Bobby Roode, which was a very entertaining match for the first part because this match was fast-paced, a lot of energy. The crowd was chanting, "Thank you, Bobby, thank you, Bobby." Because here's the thing, people. I mean, this is one of the issues when NXT is taped because they obviously already saw SmackDown Live and Bobby Roode when he made his debut. So it's not, you can't really like go off with the crowd with this match because even though Roode's supposed to be labeled the heel and Roddy's supposed to be the clear-cut babyface, you can't help but just like for the crowd to like really get behind Bobby for everything that he's done for NXT and with the NXT Championship. So this was a bit of a weird match. Like, this matchup was very, very good. Like, each man was focusing on the back. I mean, we saw a lot of back breakers, a lot of spine busters, and again, as weird as the crowd was, I thought it did help play into the match because here's the thing: it's like, let's just have a match, and let's just have fun with it. Because as much as I would have liked, I hate the fact that they had to end this story so quick. If Bobby Roode's gonna be on SmackDown Live, he has to wrap up what he's doing in NXT real quick. So I get why they had to rush the story with him and Roddy so soon. And it's funny because the Full Sail crowd for the first time, and I think in a long time, actually did a "This is awesome" chant for a matchup that was actually very good. Like, Full Sail was awoken tonight. I don't know what was up with them, but I'm glad to see they're actually cheering for stuff. And then, like, we got that excellent ending sequence, I thought, to this match where Roddy was just hitting this finisher, and then he was like, no, I want to definitively beat your ass in the middle of this ring, and he blew a kiss to Bobby, an air kiss to Bobby, and say, "Adios, amigos, sayonara" to SmackDown Live, and Roderick Strong surpasses Bobby Roode, and he technically wins the feud. I'm actually glad that they took the NXT Championship out of the way because you didn't need to get into a situation where is it about the championship or is it personal? So yeah, very good match. I actually enjoyed this match much better than the NXT Championship match these two had actually. So yeah, very good stuff in this match overall. And then, of course, as we looks are about to go off air, Drew McIntyre comes out. And he's just making a little reference to Roddy, I'm still the champion. And then out of nowhere, the Ring of Honor, or the Group of Honor, as I'm going to go ahead and call them, of Cole, Fish, and O'Reilly attack the NXT champion once again. And Cole says, this is our NXT. O'Reilly, I think he said, this is our territory. And we close NXT on a mystery note. Overall thoughts on NXT tonight, guys. Really, really fun episode, I thought, because I really want to know how are they going to rebound from NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3, because not only did they have new champions, they had to really answer a little bit of questions because they sent Bobby Roode off. And here's the thing. Whenever you get called up, you're going to lose your last NXT match. You just got to accept that. So, I mean, they're starting to develop some more. Great to see Heavy Machinery back. Can't wait to see Asuka next week, because I think that's when she relinquishes the title. I think they're going to wrap up the KO Hideo Itami feud. That should be good. So, yeah, a lot of good stuff in NXT, and I'm really looking forward to watching it. Well, that's it, guys, for this NXT recap. I am DJ Cass, and I will see you back next week. Later days.